So I'm going to do a quick review of the Carnival Hub app. So this is the icon that will show up on your hub when you download it. You can download the hub at home weeks before you leave if you want through the Google Play Store, or I believe there's an iPhone version as well if you're not on Android. And once you download it, you'll enter in your cruise date, and you get a nice little countdown of how many days, hours, and minutes it is until your cruise leaves, which is always fun to look at. We downloaded it about a month before, and we just checked it, and we got more and more excited as the dates got closer. But that's about all you can do with the Hub app while you're at home. You can't actually fully activate it until the day of your cruise. So once you are on board your ship, you can then fully activate it. To fully activate the Carnival Hub, you'll need two things. You're going to need your room key card, and on your card, it's going to have a folio number, and you're going to enter that folio number and your birth date into the Carnival Hub app. You'll just click a little thing that says that you're on board. You enter that information in, and then also you need to connect it to the Carnival Hub Wi-Fi. And once you do that, which you can access through your Wi-Fi settings right here, and then after that, it should say that you're connected to Carnival Wi-Fi Liberty, and then the hub is ready to go. Once you have the hub loaded, there's loads of fun things you can do with it. So I'm going to go to the home menu, and you can see, like, today we are in Freeport. We arrived around 9 a.m. It lets us know what the weather's like, and then you get to see what's happening on the ship that day. So like it's around 11:45 a.m. right now, so there's a free basketball play going on. They'll tell you what the dinner attire is like that evening. Casual is tonight. It has some of the kind of interesting things you can do. You can look at different shore excursions. We're in Freeport. It shows you where you can eat right at that moment, and also lets you know about your Wi-Fi access. Now, if there's other people you're cruising with, you have an option of chatting with them. To activate the chat, it's $5. We're not doing that since my son is only 10 and doesn't have a phone. There's no point for us to do it, but I imagine a lot of people do use the chat feature. And then if you want to just text people on board, you can. The things that we find that we use most often is looking at the What's Happening page. For Freeport, it'll show you what's going on. So like tonight, it's showing you what's the dine-in movies are tonight. It's family night, so they're going to show Peter Rabbit at 8:30 p.m. and Coco. It usually has a nice little map of where things are happening. Obviously, the movies are on the Lido deck, so everybody knows where those are at. But sometimes, like, different events are at different halls, and it will show you where those are at. So you can get a look at what's going on. Like, one of the things that we kind of want to do is at 2:15, I think we might go do the Hasbro Sorry game. If you click on it, it'll tell you a little bit more about the event and also where it's located. And then again, you have a nice little map of where that event is going to be at. Thing that I forgot to add when I was doing my review earlier. Here's another thing you can do as well when you're looking through the What's Happening menu. If there's an item you want to do, just hit a heart there. And then when you go over to your favorites tab, you can see everything you've hearted for that day. And it's a lot easier to keep track of the events that you actually want to go to versus all the events that are happening that day, which are on the What's Happening tab. When you open up the page, it'll start right where the next event is that day. So since it's like 11 o'clock right now, we can see that the event's from 11 forward. So as the day goes on, this list will get a little shorter as you go on. But you can look and see all the fun things that are going on board for this day. And then if you want more information, like we're thinking about maybe going and seeing one of the comedy shows this evening. Let's see if that's there. Yeah, Punchliner Comedy Club. the PG show at 7:30. David Ali, she's supposed to be really, really good, so we're gonna go watch her. And then we're gonna go see another movie. I think we're gonna go see Coco tonight. Maybe check out the karaoke. I don't know. Oh, and there's a big show, American Rocks. So we might go see that at 8:15. I don't know. Kind of tight. Her dinner's at 6. And that is the other thing that we've been using quite a bit, is the food aspect of this too. So if you go to from what's happening to food and drink, again, it shows you where you can eat right now. So the Lido buffet is open until 12, so we have another 15 minutes. Pizza Pirate, of course, is open 24 hours. Ice cream 24 hours. The deli has just opened, so it's going to be open from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. And then for lunch, which is coming up, Adam really wants to go get a Guy's Burger again. So the Guy's Burger joint opens in like 10 minutes. And then if you want to see what's going on for dinner, if you're going to be eating in one of the dining rooms, this is something I really like, is you can hit where your dining reservation is, and then you have a button where you can go take a look at the menu for that night. And this is something that we've really been enjoying doing quite a bit. So if you look, you can see the menu for tonight. And you can also check and see if it's a formal night or not. Some other fun things you can do with the app. You can learn more about excursions. You got a ship map there, so if you want to figure out what deck you're, if you're lost and you want to see what's on that deck or whatever, you can click deck 12 and you'll get a map of the deck. Areas that things you can go do. If you click on the little red dots, you'll see what those adventure things are. So this is really nice. And so we're on like deck 9, the Lido deck, and you can see there's the pool. And then also you can check the open times for different events. So like say you want to see what time the pool closes, you can see the Coney Island pool is closing at 9 p.m. The mini golf closes at 5 p.m. Serenity whirlpools are open till 11 p.m. So that's all fun. The main pool is open until midnight. So the candy shop today it's open from 5:30 to 11:30. These opening and closing times do change. Not all the places have all the same hours every day. So that's something we use quite a bit as well. And then if you want to check and see how much you've spent, you can click on your account summary, and it'll give you a list of like all the charges that you've done so far and what you've spent on each little event. So that's good to keep track. In general, go back to there's the good to know, which has like just general information about everything. You look at the definition for the different dress codes, for instance, what's allowed, what's not allowed, other important policies, liquor policy, sign and sell card stuff, just important stuff. And also one thing I really like about this is it will always tell you what the ship's time is. So keep in mind that you're going to be going through often different time zones. So if you're ever wondering what time you need to get back by, what time it is on the ship, because you don't want to miss your boat because your watch or whatever is on your home time, not on the ship's time. Always make sure that you check what the ship's time is, and it should say it on your hub app so you don't lose it. And it also has information about the weather. If you're wondering what the weather is supposed to be like in your next port, you can click that. So that's the Carnival Hub app. We're using it a lot. I actually really, really like it. So I recommend you download it and use it on your cruise.